Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome. 9:22. It's not 9:22. It is 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time on September 22nd. Welcome to the Friday edition of Morning Mindset. How is everybody doing this morning? Let me know. How you feeling today? I'm hyped. I am hyped, and I am hyped because I'm going on about 2.5 hours sleep. I went to bed a little bit later than what I should have. Had a kid wake me up sick, so that's how we got to start our day this morning, and then it's just been a roller coaster since then. So that means I was up earlier, about an hour and a half earlier than what I typically am. When I started work, started my day an hour and a half earlier. So I am on getting ready to crack open Monster number 2. And if you don't know about that, here's what I need out of you. I need to know who you are. I need to know where you're from. I need to know what the weather is like in your area and what's in your cup. You know, White Monster this morning, number 2. So good morning. The other thing that I need out of you is your 5 things. What are 5 things that you are going to accomplish today? Well, we've got, I don't know, Mr. Mom's in effect. So, you know, that kind of threw things off. Yesterday was a day. But on our stuff, DTF stuff's going out. There's some things I need to fix on the website. We'll get invoicing to do, starting temporary tattoos because I ran out of paper on that. So that's getting, that should be getting delivered today. And print stickers, I got new label rolls to try. So they showed up, and I'm going to give those guys a try. So we've got some gradient ones there. This one I'm kind of excited about. This one, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this one together, shall we? Why I'm doing that, let's check in. See how everybody's doing. Let me know. How are you? How was your morning? Remember, we do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Standard Time. Go ahead. Tell us who you are, where you're from. These are thermal. Okay, make sure they're right there. So let's check in. Darren, good morning to you, my friend. We're at 66 in Topeka. In reading 5 things today is more like to put in the party countertop for my mom and driving to Florida. Woo! How long a drive is that for you to Florida? Yikes. Oh, that did not sit well. What's up, Chuck? Good morning to you. We're just sunny there in Central Florida. We're at 74, high of upper 80. It says 67 heavy rain, but it's not raining yet. So maybe rain's on the way. I should probably look. No cup yet. Today things fly speakers for audio and hang projector for video. Hey, that sounds like a great day. I just got the notification to go live, so things seem to be running a little slow. Good morning, Barb, from North Central Minnesota. 61, partly cloudy, headed to 69 with rain later today. Water in the cup. And her 5 things: embroider caps, DTF, work on spirit wear, invoicing, and ship orders. Very, very nice day. Barb's getting her hellos into Darren and Chuck, and they're giving them right back to her. Good morning to you, Cindy King. How are you doing this morning? And Jeff, good morning to you. And Renee, good morning. Greetings from Overcast 65 Chicago. And water in the bottle, coffee in the cup. Hang in there, Mr. Mom. Yesterday was a wild day. So Corey left. All right, the girls left for Nashville. So I knew, we knew that. We knew going into it. So, I tried scheduling up the week to get as much stuff done production-wise, busy-wise, everything in the beginning of the week. So I knew yesterday and today I wouldn't have as much on my plate. And it's working out well that way. Big stuff is out the door, big orders out the door. Other stuff was ordered, so that won't be here to start showing up today and Monday. So that way those orders can go into production. So it worked out pretty nice. I did not anticipate as much fun as we were having yesterday because I was playing phone tag with somebody on business, and so that was back and forth. I had planned on it being 8:30 yesterday morning, and by the time we actually got on a phone call, it was 4:45 last night while I was at swim practice. So that was number 1, swim practice. To get swim lessons, practice, whatever. It was get kids out of school, and then it was get homework done, get to swim lessons, get home, change them out of that, get to PTO meeting, get done with that, get dinner, get home, get them showered, get them ready for bed. It was just a whirlwind last 5 hours of the day yesterday. And then it was just, I think I ate something that disagreed with me. So me in the bathroom spent probably way more information than what you need to know. Stomach was not feeling the greatest last night. So there were some issues there. So that's one of the reasons I didn't sleep. And then just in general, I don't sleep well. We all know that. So made it through that, and then okay, what do we got today? Today we've got school, we've got soccer practice. Tomorrow morning we've got soccer fields to be there at 8 a.m. for pitchers. So that's going to be a great thing. And now throw a sick kid in the mix. Bonus time. I love them this weekend. So hopefully Corey and Krista are enjoying Nashville, and they can look back and be like, man, we are so lucky to have somebody like me that says, you know what, just go travel, have fun. I can handle it all, because again, I can handle it all. But we've we made it a little light for that reason, in case things come up with it. So there was good conversation yesterday. We're getting closer on the website. We're getting closer on the app side of it, so that way the gang sheet builder will be there. We're getting close on the automation side of it, so then things just will go there. One of the things that we are going to change is when you're uploading, to make sure that you're paying attention, that this is sized correctly, that this is here, because we have ran into a couple problems here this week where people said, yep, everything looks good. And I look at it, I'm like, this looks small. And yep, it was small. And if we would have printed, they probably would have been upset. And then luckily it was really small. So I'm like, why did you order this with that? Sometimes people will order, a 22 by 120, and, they'll send in, an 11 by 60. And then, okay, so is that, you want 4 of those, or do you want that times 2? What do you want there? So be more specific when you put in there. We try and catch all that beforehand, but as we move forward into this automation process, when you select print as submitted, it's going to dump it right in the print queue. Nobody's going to look at it, nobody's going to do anything. It's going to print right off, and then it'll go right into shipping. So we'll never look at it, and by the time anybody would catch anything would be wrong, it'd be in shipping, when they've actually were cutting things apart and shipping things. And by that time, it's too late for everybody. So that's one thing to keep track of there for it. What else do we got here? George, good morning to you. Cindy, they're down in Odessa. We're 74 now. Iced tea in the cup. Lots of embroidery quotes to do. Love it, love it, love it. Brian says this week sucks. Just drove 2 hours to deliver shirts because 2 employees are out sick for the last 2 days. Maybe my sickness came from you, Brian. Just going to jump in from fire to fire. I forgot to order. Man, you forgot to order DTFs. We got you. We got you. We've been fighting those fires. Brian, when I went down to visit Brian, Brian gave me a book, and I do believe I have it upstairs because I was reading some of it last night. I think that we should kind of get our own little group together for that, Brian. Read the book, go through it. What are we implementing, and what are we doing with it? I'm starting to go down that rabbit hole, and I went down that rabbit hole far enough where I went ahead and bought 3 copies of it as well, and I will give those 3 copies away to other people who want to get in this. So together, we can all kind of work on these common goals together. So, what do you think about that, Brian? You up for that? Yeah, I think my books should get here like Monday or Tuesday, maybe today. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff showing up today. I got a bunch of notifications for delivery stuff, and I'm not 100% sure what's coming, but I think that's something we can do. I can all go through that together, see what works and what doesn't work, because we're all in the same field. So if you're on board, Brian, what do you say, Brian? You want to do it? Okay. Darren was doing voice to text. Epoxy countertops, not party countertops. Got it. Hopefully I have enough supplies. This is kind of a whim. Ooh, epoxy is fun that way, right? Where you're like, is that enough? Because what is it? There's the measurement per square foot. Was it 4 ounces per square foot? I'd have to go back and check my notes. I'm not 100% sure. Good morning, Connie. Virtual pop-up sale. Very nice. Bagging orders. Sweet. Working on orders. Love it. Embroidery. Coffee in the cup. Rainy day. Thank you, Todd. I got my order. Yay! Connie got her order. I love when I hear that. Oh, okay. Emporia, not Florida. I was like, man, you're driving to Florida? I'm like, what time's the game? Like, I don't think you can be there, but I don't know. Maybe the Prius can fly. I have no clue. T-Town, good morning to you. We're 66 over there in Toledo. Maybe a dew this morning. Ooh, switching it up from the monster to the dew. I see what you're doing there. Is that pink sparkle in your cap? It is. It is. So there it is. What it started life as, from our friends Renee over at 3330 Oak, is your leather laser patch right there. That's what it started life as, which you can kind of see close right there. And then we went ahead and blinged it out with stones there from the Crystal Ninja, and that's what I'm rocking right now. A little bling never hurts anybody, so that's what we got there. Facebook user FU, good morning to you. Remember, Facebook and StreamYard don't always play nice together, and when they do, not play nice together, you become FU, Facebook user. So what you can do, though, is if you head over to fatdadlive.com, that will get you into the YouTube side of things. And once you're there, you can like and subscribe, and then we will know who you are. But for you 82 there in Ohio, and I'm betting this is Jerry. Because Ohio, water bottle, name the biz, open account, maybe not Jerry. Make a school temple design, find Christmas events, and play a board game with the teens. That does not sound like a bad day at all. Glad we found you. I'm glad we did too, Connie. And that's the thing is, like, I am all about, helping people and let's figure things out and do what we can on stuff, because it's frustrating, especially when we don't know what causes like that. We were able to determine, was it something in our system? Is it something on the customer's end? And we found out that Corel decided to change things. So it was, definitely something to good to learn. But yeah, when we have those issues, it's always fun. AC, good morning to you. Have a great weekend. Everybody did the same. What's everybody's weekend plans here? I know I've got one daughter, Delaney, who is going to homecoming tomorrow night. So they get the homecoming game tonight, homecoming dance tomorrow. So she's going to stay with us because she lives like an hour, 45 minutes, hour from here. Her boyfriend lives here in town. So she's staying the night with us tonight, which, should help me with a sick child in the morning, because then I can just leave her here while I go to soccer. So I'm hoping all that plays out, because it's just me, man. It's just me. And then the rest of this weekend, I'm not sure. A sick child throws things in the mix of what we're going to do and not do. I know next weekend is planned to close the pool down finally. So I think that's on tap for there. This weekend, not a whole lot. Kids I think we're going to grill out some. They already asked about having wings on Sunday. So of course we'll get, the Jules, or the Jules, there is an S in Jules, the Jules wings, because that's what they like. They like the honey wings from there. So I'll go get those for them. And I think that's a late game, right? That's a late afternoon game. So it's like 4 to 6. So, I have to wait later in the day to be disappointed. So I'm kind of excited about that. I can, not have such a crappy day till later on. So Renee and I can, have some drinks early in the day. And by the time the game starts, we won't care. Right, Renee? That's what we're going to do. So Teton's giving us an update on his daughter's arm. They will be putting her in her cast for 2 weeks. Don't see it broke, but they want to play it safe with the little pain she has. Broken arms are no joke. I was probably about 8. I went through a span from maybe 7 to 12 where every year I broke something. Whether it was arm, wrist, fingers, fake teeth, because I broke those out, nose, which is why I can only breathe out of one side now. And there's quite a few things, but I broke my arm. We were playing football. We played in the backyard, and where the eave spouts come down from the house and then they go out to the yard. The house we were playing at, it had one of the concrete things that, the water takeaways, whatever the hell it's called. So it went to that and it took it away. Well, I got tackled, and where that U is, my arm landed right in that U, and it snapped on this side and snapped on that side. And that was first grade-ish. And the only reason I remember is because I have a picture of me and Kit. Yeah, if I say Kit, and you're my age, you know who I'm talking about. And it was at Razzmatazz, which, if you have razzmatazz, you know what's up then. But there was a picture of me and Kit, and there I am with my broken arm. But I remember I had the cast up to here, and then when from here, then we went to the cast that I could move my arm this way. I couldn't straighten it out, so I had that was a bad year. Do it. All right, Brian, we're gonna do it. We'll talk more about that on Monday. We'll talk more about it because I'm gonna try and I've watched some videos on it. I'm actually gonna download the audiobook of it too, so that way I can do the reading and listening at the same time, or listen more while I'm working. And then I'm hoping to take the time to bang that out this weekend, and then revisit it next week, and we can get there. Like I said, I got 3 of them, so short group. These are action takers. These are ones that if you're gonna say I can do it and then not do it, you're not gonna do me any good. You're not gonna do you any good. You're not gonna do the other 4 of us any good. Brian's got one, I've got one, and then we'll have 3. So there'll be 5 in here. So it'll be a small, tight knit group. Nothing to join. I should charge you guys, right? And we do this together, but maybe this will be like the test thing. We're going to try this together as that, but we'll Brian and I, we got to get together. We'll figure out details on how this will work, but I think we can do it there. AC's got to learn the embroidery machine. I've had it for a year already. Yeah, you do. Get on that. I saw stuff today that I wanted to buy. that I have no need to buy whatsoever. But it was a good deal, and it would be great content generation. I'm not buying anything. I'm not even telling you what it is, because the more I think about it, the more I'll just buy it. Super Love Pink anything. Yeah, I like that. I like how that one looks. It looks out pretty good, and it has a good sparkle. Just right there, a little sparkle moving around, just enough, just enough. Diane from Dayton, Ohio. Well, thanks for joining us, Diane. T-Town, but got lots of embroidery still to do. Just got done tinting 2 windows, invoices to send out, order blanks, and try to organize all these blanks for more to come running out the room. Organizing blanks is such a fun thing. Yep. Cheers to the Bears. Yeah, we're in it to lose it. Honestly, if we don't win until next month and we can go a year without winning, that's kind of cool, right? It's kind of cool if you can go a year without winning. Not so many teams can say that. So I think we could be right there with it. Alicia, good morning to you. Oh, and I have to finish getting my website together. Practice making custom stamps with my laser and figure out a way to use my laser cutter to make embossing tools for handmade cards. Ooh, will it do that? Will it do enough to make embossing tools? Will a laser? I don't know. I didn't know that it could. I knew it can cut the stuff to make stamps, but I didn't know if it would cut hard enough for something like that. I was thinking more of like a CNC mill. So I'm interested in that. Tell me more about that. Alex from Newport, what book are you talking about? 100 million leads, $100 million leads, right? That's what that one. Not offers was the first one. $100 million leads is the second one. And so that's my goal. Is I'm going to do that once I get the books. We will go ahead and then we'll talk about it, and it's going to be first come first serve. Here's what we're expecting out of it. We got to put it together, but I think, kind of getting that little mini mastermind group. There's only 5 of us. We'll meet a couple, maybe, I don't know. What do you think? How should we play this, Brian? Or should we just, kind of get a group on it? We'll power hour on it, something. I just think that when you have multiple people that are all doing the same thing, the same common goal, you're going to have 5 like this. If there's 5 of us, 5 different outcomes, you're going to have 5 different ways to do it. You're going to have 5 sets of minds that are going to have 5 completely separate thoughts. So you have a lot of information that can happen. Somebody may interpret it this way, somebody may interpret it that way. Somebody may find something that works, somebody that may find something that doesn't work. So it might be, the beginning of a little mini mastermind. I think we're going to try and pull off here. T-Town says, I'm going to send you a TikTok I seen last night, but it was way too late. It was a funny Bears one. Just send it. Send it whenever. Look at that. Oh, look. I say send it whenever, and it just shows up right now. Let's see how bad this is going to be. I have seen that one. Yeah, Bears, man. That's the thing. Is like, here's the thing. As a Bears fan, everyone 85 Bears. Hey, don't forget, we were in the Super Bowl after that too. Sexy Rexy took us to the Super Bowl. Devin Hester could have won that Super Bowl for us. We got, if we were going against anybody but the great Peyton Manning, we probably would have won. Like, that was our year. Sexy Rexy pulled it off. We have sucked at offense for as long as I can remember. So to think that we're going to bring in any quarterback that does anything, and we're never going to change that unless we get an offensive mind coach in there that is do it. But even making dumb decisions of sitting in the pocket too long, and they're trying to make him a pocket passer. He's not a pocket passer. Just let him run. But when you look at the numbers, against what he has now through what Mitch had, they're pretty similar, right? Sure. Justin may have more rushing yards, but for the rest of it, they're pretty similar. So, if you want to ruin a good quarterback, you just send them to the Bears. That's all you got to do. We can take any quarterback and we can ruin them. It's proven fact. We have the history behind us to prove this. I would like somebody to prove me wrong. We have not. We've had what I've given up counting the number of starting quarterbacks that we've had, and I don't really, it just is what it is. We were good. We were okay. We were sucked way longer than what we've been good. And it's almost like Cubs fans. We will be there to support the team, and we will do whatever we can. And we know there's a glimmer of hope. We will, rest on 85 Bears forever, and, just like, 17 Cubs. That's what we can, we went so long without winning before. We can do that again. But here's going to happen. They want a new stadium. They gotta put some, they gotta put some talent on that field. They gotta get rid of some dumb coaching things. People need to stop getting investigated. We need to. So how did we get into sports? How did we get talking about sports? I mean, I can talk sports with you guys all day. I should have put that on here. Hour long morning mindset this morning, talking football and sports. Because it all starts with the coaching. If you don't believe it starts with the coaching, all you have to do is look at Coach Prime and see what he's pulled off the past couple of years. Which, fun fact, I don't think Coach Prime will ever end up in the NFL, because why would he go where people are getting paid millions of dollars and they don't really care, right? What he is doing and the way he's building things, pretty sweet. I mean, look, Colorado's sold out. They've never been sold out in school history. They're sold out. Now, do I think they're going to win against Oregon this weekend? No. If they can pull that off, kudos to them, but I really don't think they're going to pull that off, and I think they're going to end up in a bowl bid, but I don't think they're going to be in contention for anything. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. So here we go. We're at sports talk with it. 0-16, baby. Brian, I don't feel like 0-16 is really going to happen. Let me tell you why, because I got a thing on here. Where is it at? One, I don't want draft picks because we're going to screw that up. But I do believe that when we get there later in the season, I think by the time we get to like December, because in December we're ending the year in January at the Pac. I think if anything, 0-16, that's the game that we're going to win, because there's going to, playing there. Green Bay is going to need a win for something, and we're going to go to Lambeau, and we're going to finish 1-15 or 1-17. How many damn games are we playing? But yeah, the NFC North isn't the greatest, so we're going to pull off a win. One for sure. One for sure. There, Diane's now there on YouTube instead of Facebook Live. Thanks for joining us here. I have to think outside the box. It's not a diode. It's a diode, not a CNC or CO2, but I have an idea. Actually, debossing, not embossing. Gotcha. I'll let you know how and if it works out. Hey, you got to try it. That's the beautiful thing about the equipment that we have. There's so many things that it can do that we typically don't do with them, and being able to try new things. What's worse that happens? You set something on fire, right? Keep a fire extinguisher handy. Keep your eye on it. You'll be good to go. My Lions have never seen the Super Bowl, so there's that. I have a friend that is a Lions fan. He says he's a Bears fan. He's a Lions fan. For the first 15 years that I knew him, he was a Lions fan, and now he's a Bears fan. So I mean, he went from sucky to suck, and now to sucky. So when he said something about them, I'm like, wait a minute, you're a Lions fan, man. But if you want to join the rest of it, it's a good thing. I remember going to the mistake on the lake really pisses me off since they redid that stadium, because we used to be able to, from my house to Soldier Field is just about a 3-hour drive with traffic. And we used to be able to hop on bus trips, because our local sports radio station, they would run 2 or 3 of them a year. Yeah, for the bus trip and tickets, it was never more than $100. And that would include a breakfast buffet at whatever bar that we were at, transportation up, there's trivia, there's drinks on it, whatever, in the ride back. And before 9/11, before, security was crazy, before they were in the new stadium, I mean, especially a December game, you're already in a parka and snowsuit. And so you could, I'm not saying I ever snuck in a 30-pack inside a snowsuit, but maybe I did. And it was a great time. You weren't using hot dogs to keep your hands warm. It was amazing. Then they go ahead and get the new stadium, which, let's land a spaceship right there and call it a new stadium, whatever. But then they made it where nobody could purchase more than 10 tickets at a time. So that effectively killed all of our local bus trips for it. So now if we want to do bus trip, we had Minnesota, we had Green Bay, Detroit, and then someone, if they could play, the Colts, there was that one. That one was very, very rare. But the other ones, that was it. And those are long bus trips. So it wasn't anything like that. And they ruined it. They completely ruined it. So I'm hoping that when they move out of the city and they get, a real nice stadium, that they will go back to that, because I really do miss that. And the other thing I don't miss is, it's been a couple of years since we went to a game, but like legit $250 for a ticket of garbage seats to watch a garbage team, that just is not enticing to me. For, a day trip, Corey and I to go up in the morning, tailgate, watch the game, come back, it can easily be $1,000 day. Easily. Tickets, drinks, food, whatever else, parking, because we would park at where would we park? We'd park at what's the Millennium Park? We park there, and then it's the shuttle ride over, and then hey, good to go. But yeah, I'm over how expensive it is. And the last time the seats that we got were like third row from the top, and I'm like, I am not good with heights. And if you haven't been to the stadium, it's like you're sitting on ladder rungs. Like it is up and down. It is not good if you're not good with heights. So we found there's this little spot that's over in the south end zone, which is if you go in the main concourse, you go all the way to the end. There is bathrooms, there is food vendors, there is drink vendors, and there's the stainless steel bar that is underneath an overhang. So it was raining, it was garbage out, and we were able to sit there and watch the game, and it was awesome. But I just can't do that. I can't do that anymore. I can't justify the cost of one day for that, because for $1,000, I can go to Mexico for 3 days and be there. Look at the Chiefs 30 years, right? This thing, you need good coaching and that knows how to get good players, and we just have not had. Lovey was our last good coach, and we haven't done anything since Lovey, so that's there. We don't have a DC anymore. What is DC? What's DC? I don't remember what DC is. Tell me what they're. You sound like my ex. He loves the Bears too. Yeah, there it is. Have you finished the season with the same quarterback you started? Yeah, Sexy Rexy. Sexy Rexy was. I love Sexy Rexy. He was my favorite. I do have that jersey too. That was a good year for jerseys. And that's the thing is, I'll punish myself and buy jerseys of garbage players because that's what I need to do. Alex from Newport. I'm interested in Mastermind. Love Alex from OC. Yep, that's who it is. So yeah, we'll put that out there and we'll get some stuff there. Alicia, understand Mets and Giants fans there. Yeah. Well, see, you said Giants. If you would have said Giants first, I would have been, are we talking San Fran? Or are we talking New York? But throwing Mets in there, yeah, the New York Football Giants, which is horrible. I have a friend that's been, we were friends in single digits, so friends that long. And he's been a Giants fan for as long as I can remember. Alicia, where are you located at? Jerry, I thought you were somebody else earlier because they were from Ohio and they were in FU, but nope, it wasn't. NFL, he loses control of the players. Absolutely. And we're talking about Coach Prime there. Going to the NFL, he loses control over the players. But in college, hey, you're able to do that. They're able to make nothing from or something from nothing. 0-17. Get out of here, Jeff. We're going to win one. New York City, but South Florida now. There it is. Let's see. Oh, yeah. It totally looks like a spaceship landed there. I hate it. Like when you can sit in the new stadium and look out and see a fence in the old stadium, like I get it. I get that there was history with it. I get that there's a landmark with it, but like, come on, that does not need to be that way. There's so many other things. Look, like Wrigley was a dump. Like I don't care what anybody says. Cubs fan. Lifelong Cubs fan. I swore off baseball for quite a few years from some family issues, and then went back, and I was a good place with it. But let's be honest, Wrigley, before they redid it, Wrigley was a dump. If you weren't a guy, you didn't. Every bathroom was just a trough, and so your elbow with piss on everything. It was a dumpy place. And now it's not so much a dump. It's a nicer place. See, they've added more fan interaction to it. They've cleaned up around it. But, there's no parking lot there. Now is there? They do have somewhat of a parking lot. But it was always, hey, we're parking at Taco Bell across the street, right? We're parking in backyards for, back then for $10. We're parking in backyards. It was a great time. And, it's gotten better, but I'm just not a fan of Soldier Field. Old Soldier Field, I was good with. New Soldier Field, I do not like at all, and I just don't like it. Defensive coordinator, yeah, DC, yeah. Now that totally makes sense, Renee. Yeah. Well, and did we have one before? Like realistically, I don't know. What do you think he got busted with? I'm totally going. He's got some kiddie porn. That's what he got busted with. It's either drugs or kiddie porn. When you're getting rated by that, that's what it is. And I'm going with the latter on that. I don't think it was drugs. But when it comes to it, our defense isn't good. Our offense isn't good. The only thing I don't think I have anything positive to say. There's not a glimmer of hope. There are shining moments, and they think that they have you. You know, it was last year. Last year, it seems like they were just on the cusp. You knew we were just one or two, plays different would have changed the outcome of the season. This year, it's fewer and far between. There might be a play here where it shows life, but for the most part, it's trash. It is total trash on it. Yeah, I got it now. I'm thinking Washington, D.C. for whatever. What's the title of the book again? I'm going to download the audiobooks from Amazon. Listen to it is $100 million leads, right? I need to double check. Let me double check because there's leads and offers, and I want to make sure there's 2 books. The third one's on its way, but I want to make sure that it is $100 million leads because that is what I almost bought. Yes, $100 million leads. And there it is. I will put the link in there for it. But yep, $100 million leads. That's what it is. So go through that. I mean, I watched the launch of it. I went back and watched the launch of it. Was it last night? Maybe it was last night. They had over 500,000 people sign up for that drop. That's ridiculous. 500,000 people sign up for it, and then went through everything with it. And then all the stuff that is being given away with the book purchase. I mean, yeah, together, kids, we can do something. There's something for sure. There's something going on there. There's some bad mojo stuff going on there. I saw the Grateful Dead and Steve Miller at the Old Soldier Field. Darren, I don't think I've ever been to Soldier Field for a concert. I don't think I have. I don't think I have. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Absolutely. That's the story of our life. Who knew that we were going to be talking football this morning, right? I appreciate you guys. And Darren loves when people say they appreciate it. I do appreciate you guys sitting here. Let me vent about some garbage football and talk about some stuff because that's what I needed today. And sometimes you just need your mind off the business, right? And that is the thing I love about football season is football season every Sunday. I try not to work. If I work, it's in the morning before 9 a.m. But for the most part, it doesn't matter what games are on. Sunday is football day. Now, there's times where, especially here in the fall, where it's like, okay, if Saturday is trash and Sunday is nice, then that's when we're going to go do the fall stuff, the picking of pumpkins, the putting of Halloween decorations, all of that fall-y stuff. But that mostly goes to Saturday. Sunday is a day where we'll grill out, we'll cook food, we'll graze all day, we'll watch football together. We'll have a good family day of it. And it starts, at 10 in the morning with pregame, and it goes until the 10 o'clock one because it's football. That's what you do. And I think football is one sport that does bring a lot of people together, and I appreciate it. I appreciate football. It does. It brought for me and my family. It was one of the things that brought us together. I still remember watching Refrigerator Perry score a touchdown and the Super Bowl on the TV, and locally he scored. They were giving away a free Zeglin's Appliance, which is still around here locally, was giving away a free refrigerator. I still remember that, and that was 86. So how many years ago was that? I still remember football. At most holidays. Being my grandma was a Cowboy fan, so every Thanksgiving that was on. Like out of all teams, the Lions get a Thursday. Get a Thanksgiving. Like what the hell. So by the Lions' hand, the Bears played quite a few Thanksgiving games. So it was good there. It was a good thing to bring the family together. We had good things to talk. That was my last moments with my dad was Bears Packers. Watching that and splitting the beer with him, and that was the last real memory I have with my dad is watching that, and he passed away that night. So yeah, football is one of those things that it holds something to me. My kid, I raised him as a Bears fan, and then somehow or another he became a Saints fan, and he has thrown in my face more times than not that, hey, don't forget in high school there's pictures of you with a Saints hat on, and he is true because there was an alternate logo Saints hat that was pretty slick that I liked, and I had family down in that area, so having a son that is a Saints fan is kind of interesting. He was raised a Bears fan from birth, and he chose his own path, and hey, I said, guess what? They're gonna suck. You're coming into a good time when they don't suck, but they sucked, and you're gonna feel that wrath one day, son, and you will know my pain when it comes to there. And he says, no, I won't, old man. That's not gonna happen. Yes, it will. What do we got here? Mama's is football for the devil. God, I love that movie. I love that movie. Tom said $100 million offers is good. I bought on the drop day of $100 million leads. Sweet. Yeah, you did. And so you got the 3 because you gave one of those to me, and you got the hat, which same offer was still available. So I went ahead and did it because I figured, I have what you gave me, and if I want to do this, then here, I'm going to do it there. So I bought them, and I'm going to give them away. That's what I'm going to do. Sunday is a holy day in the house during the football season. It is. Now in my younger days, and by youngers I mean in my 20s, this is before kids. My wife at the time, she my girlfriend at the time, my significant other at the time, she liked football and that, but Sunday she was a very church girl. So church was at 11. She dropped me off. This is going to sound horrible. She dropped me off at the bar at 10:30. The bar opened up at 10, but it was a bowling alley bar, so it was inside there. There was a family atmosphere with it. That's where our bowling league was. We played trivia. We didn't drink all day. I mean, we did, but we did that. So there's one table there because, this is before flat screens, right? This is before flat screens. And so everything was projection screen TVs, backlit ones, the big ones. There was one table that you sat on where you could watch every game that was on. So you could watch your main game here and then the ones throughout it. And we'd play MTN trivia, and our table was never smaller than 8 and sometimes as many as 24. We had a great time playing trivia. Sausage, garlic, and onion pizza. It was an all-day affair. So we would sit there, until 10 o'clock that night. It was a good time. People come, people would go. It was a blast. I'm not saying I miss those, but I kind of miss those. You'll never live that one down. No, you won't. We're going to watch Ohio State game on the projector and put it on the garage Saturday night in a fire. Love that. We did that. So when the Cubs World Series, we had the projector outside, and I remember Halloween night because they were playing Halloween night. We had it on, and we had a group of people out there, and then they said, "Hey, it was neighborhood people." We're like, "Yeah, as long as it's nice outside, we're going to have it." And so the World Series night, the night that they won, because there was the delay and everything there, I think we had like 30, 40 people in our court that were watching the game because we had it up on the screen outside. It was a good time, and it was definitely. My dad would have loved it. That was something that me and my sister talked about. As a dad would love that because he'd never get to see him win. But it is there. And you were doing the Super Bowl shuffle. Yeah, you talk about a garbage thing, but Super Bowl shuffle, like legit. How arrogant do you have to be to do that? Like, just think about that. Like today, would that fly? I don't think so. I love the fridge. It was a blast to watch him on the ball. Downside to that was, not letting Peyton score. That was kind of when you look back on it, who should have scored that? Walter Payton should have scored. I love seeing a big guy score because you get a big guy dance celebration. That is true. You do get that. We only watch the Steelers, win or lose. So we'll watch. Here. Yep, Bears always. But then it just depends because with us, the other 2 games, are usually decent games. So while I'm not tied to it, it's like, okay, it can be on. I can do other stuff. I still enjoy watching a good game. Which, holy moly, why am I getting, okay. I'm like, what is going on with this? I was seeing something for the school. I'm like, I thought I can make sure the kids are called in. All right. Jerry is not my mortal enemy. And that's what it is. Really arrogance of Burrowhead. Yeah, but I don't think you could pull that off. I don't think today. I mean, you could 100%, but they would get hammered. Like, think if the Patriots could have pulled that off any year, and they would have got hammered for it. Like the Pats, good team, which you never know. Now that what the hell's his name? Now that Aaron Rodgers is out, you never know. Maybe Brady comes back and saves New York. All right. I mean, there's still time. There's still time for him to come back to that. All right. Listen, I got stuff to do today. We could sit and chit chat all day if you guys wanted to. We really, really could. I love these. I love these when we go this route with it. It's good to talk, but I do have stuff to done. DTF transfers need to get done and go out the door. Websites, I need to change. I made a whole store as a side store in our store, which basically means it just has its own category and everything is in there. And I did one and then I duplicate the products so I could do all that. So I made one design on hoodie, and then for the next 20 hoodies that were there, it was just the same thing, and I just had to change the images of it. So nothing difficult until I went back and looked at I did not fix the shipping on the first one. So now I got to go back, and I think there's 100 products I need to individually make sure the shipping is good on. So I got to update that on the website. We're going to print on, this is what we got back to. So these ones, these labels here, we're gonna check and see how they are, because these ones are a gold translucent, I think is what they said. There's a little thing for it, so we're gonna see how they look. You guys are gonna first pull with me right here. It's got the little thing that tells me where the pull at, which that's why you always got to keep one nail. Oh yeah, okay, I see. It pulled right off of there, which is not good, but we'll put that back down there. It is. We'll pull it. So it's a clear-ish gold. There's gold. So it looks like that. So we're going to see how that prints. I've got some stuff to do on those. We'll see how that prints off on stuff today. We'll run that for some samples. And then we do have the other one here, the purple one. So I'm going to run some samples on that and see how all of those play out today. And then Temporary Tattoos, get started on that so we can finish that order on Monday. I think it was like 100 sheets and I only had 50 or something. So we'll get that up there. What else do we have in there? Yeah, a lot of enemies living in mid-Ohio. Those are even better live than on text. Can't wait to see how they print. Yeah, me either. We'll see how they print. And they have clear ones too. So being able to do the black on the clear. I wanted to see how the gold ones, if the gold ones work, we'll order the clear ones too. But yeah, and then here are the other ones that we're going to test out today to see how these ones go. And these are just like a gradient purple. So we've got these ones that we did. When we were getting everything down there. Those ones have been fun, and we'll try those. We're getting a couple different ones going, and we'll show all those off for it. But yeah, like I said, we got stuff to do. You guys got stuff to do. We can talk football all day. I will get the link, post the link, my Amazon link, so that way I can make my 4 cents off the book. I will post that in the group for there. And if people are interested, like I said, I'm going to give away 3 copies of it. I'll have to get together with Ryan to see how we can schedule something up to make something work for it. We could probably do it after a morning mindset or something, but I definitely want some accountability with it for myself. And the only way I can do that is if I get others involved, right? Because as business owners, that's the hardest thing I feel that for me to do is accountability. What am I going to do? Fire myself? No. So if I say I'm going to do something and something doesn't get done, it just doesn't get done. There's nobody else saying, hey, did you do this? You said you were going to do it. Why isn't it done? This is where accountability comes in. So maybe going through this with, like I said, a couple other people that want to read and learn and see what they can make. I have a weird dry skin going on there. I'm trying a new lotion. It's helping, but it's still irritating. All right. But we can talk more about that on Monday because I should get the books by then. You guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much for joining us. I do, Darren, appreciate you guys showing up. I do. This is, like I said, my vent, my reason to get out there, and hopefully every time, it helps you guys out there. For me, those 5 things that really helps me because now I put those out there. This stuff that needs to get done. You guys help me on that stuff. So with that being said, I got to find the button so that way I can make this all work together. There it is. All right, you guys have an amazing day. We'll see you back here Monday because we are here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time for Morning Mindset. Have an amazing weekend. Peace, love, press on. We will see you guys next time.